This is the final question, question number 5 on geometry homework number 8, part 1. This question says, find the perimeter of this figure. Remember to add up all the sides, even if they're not labeled. Now, it might be tempting to think about what we did last week in geometry and say, oh, I could split this into a rectangle and find the areas. However, that's not what this question is asking. The question is asking for perimeter. So it's really important that you read these questions carefully and don't get confused about what you're finding. We know that perimeter means the measurement of all of the sides. So we need to add up all of the sides. Some of them are labeled, like this one right here is 3, 5, 9, 1. This one we don't know. This one is 3. This one we don't know. And this one we don't know. So if you just added up the ones that are labeled, you would be wrong because you're missing a whole bunch of sides. So let's figure out some of the easier ones first. From here to here, assuming that this is a rectangle, this is going to be the same size side. So if this is 9 over here, I know that this also is going to be 9 centimeters. For this little side over here, again, assuming this is a rectangle, we know that this one over here is going to be the same size. So 3 centimeters over here, I know that this one is also going to be 3 centimeters. Finally, for our last missing side, we don't have a side, well, we have this little side 3, and we have this one that's 5, that looks like it's on the opposite side of the rectangle. But the problem is we're missing this little bit in here. So let's try to transfer the measurements and see what we can find out. I know that from here to here is 3 centimeters. So if I took that up here, from here to here would also be 3 centimeters. This next little bit, if we trace down, we know that this little part is 1 centimeter. So if I moved that, imagine like moving it with your fingers up there, we know that this next little part is also going to be 1 centimeter. And then this final part from here to here is 5 centimeters. So again, from here to here also would be 5 centimeters. So 3 plus 1 plus 5 is going to give you some measurement that you're going to put right here. And then to find the perimeter, we're going to add all of them up. So over on the side, I would start in one place. So if you're starting right here, I would just walk yourself around the figure. So 3 plus 5 plus 9 plus 1 plus 9 plus 3 plus another 3 plus whatever you get right here, whatever you added that up to. So leave a little spot for that. I'll draw an arrow down. Add these all up and you'll get your perimeter in centimeters, not centimeters squared, because we're not talking about area, we're just talking about perimeter. Finally, one thing to note, you'll see that this says 3 and this also says 3, but they look like different measurements. That's okay. In a lot of figures that you'll see both on quizzes and tests and also on the ACT and the SAT, they're not drawn to scale, which means that this and this, even though they look different to us, we want to assume that they're the measurements that they put on the page are correct. So use math, don't just use your eyes to figure that out. So add those all up, including your missing number, and then you have your perimeter.